Welcome back to Maintainer's Garage. I'm Bags. Today we're playing with my wife's SLK 350. She was driving home yesterday in the beginning of Tropical Storm Fred. I think it's a tropical storm, not a hurricane, but it's running up through Florida, and we're starting to get some pretty heavy rain here in Atlanta. And her convertible top started leaking just a little bit. She sent me a great picture, and I'll throw that picture right here. An excellent job, Pumpkin. Nothing like someone helping you help them, right? I backed the car out, took it for a little drive, and it was leaking exactly where she showed me. So good job, Pumpkin. Thanks. Anyway, it's leaking right here. As you drive or sit still, after about 5-6 minutes of heavy rainfall, it's leaking. Now, we drove through some heavy rain before, so this is a new problem. This just kind of popped up. So what I'm thinking happened is one of a couple different things. There might be the channel or drain around here might be clogged. That's a possibility. The seals could need to be lubed, or it could be the seal is messed up. That's more than likely what the problem is. So we're just gonna start looking at this and seeing if we can figure it out. Hopefully it's just a clogged drain or channel. That'll help us out and be real easy to fix. All right, so we've closed the door just to kind of show you. I've already looked at this, but I just wanted to show you. That way, in case you were curious, it's like, hey, yeah, could it be, this little lip where the window, is it the window not sealing enough? I don't think so. Coming in from above this, so it's not this window seal right here. It's not the windows down. Window index is up after you close the door, so I don't believe that's the problem at all. Okay, so what we're going to do now is we're going to partially open the top to expose these seals. And the thing here is this top, it has a motor that activates it. When you stop it, it's only going to last approximately 7 minutes. It's only going to hold for 7 minutes, then it's just going to give out. So you need to be careful. Warning, caution, advisory about where you stick your digits and where you stick your noggin. So you just want to do this a quick brief check, and if you see something that you can, for example, like a stick in the drain, okay, pull it out and then you can go forward. If I don't see anything quickly, I'm going to continue closing the top, and then I'll inspect some more. And there's no point to look on the other side of the car or back here. We know, I've checked all around the bottom of the floorboard. There's no water anywhere except for right there, and it's coming in right there. So I don't have to play around anywhere else. I can focus all my attention right along in this area. Now, the front windshield seal right here, I've got to look at that too, but I don't need to look at the passenger side or anything like that. All right. So yeah, there's a channel right there that could be full of water because this cup right here is full. This is not full of water. That's not. So my guess is this channel is probably blocked. And we can get to that with the top all the way closed. But I'm just looking around. That's interesting. This little channel has a piece of foam in it. So it's not supposed to come out of there. I don't see, it's dry inside of it, all inside of here. So yeah, so we're gonna go ahead and finish closing the top, or excuse me, opening the top. Yeah, there's a pool of water right here that is not on the other side. On the passenger side, there's no pool. I'll get the little camera and show you just a quick contrast. Okay, so this is the driver's side, and you can see the pile of water sitting right there. And I'll show you the passenger side as a comparison. So this is the passenger side as comparison, and you can clearly see all the pollen and dust that's collected there. There's not a drop of water inside of there. So, it's clear. Now there's a little water up here at the top of the seal, but nothing down here, so that water is not escaping into that little channel like on the other side. All right, so I moved the camera a little bit. Can't really show you this in great detail. So this whole piece, this whole seal, along with this, is one large piece. This channel right here goes down somewhere forward But also right here, and that's where I'll show you a picture, there's a drain hole right here. So as water collects here, it should drain down there. And you would think that it wouldn't back up coming out of here because of the angle. Like it's down, right? Gravity, it's not a, for those of y'all that do like grading and gutters, you know, it's, what is it, like 1/8 of an inch fall for every foot or something like that, or 10 feet or whatever it is. Clearly I don't do that. But there's supposed to be some sort of fall, right? Well, this is a pretty good fall. So what I'm going to do is, because of that drain hole right here, and I've got some blue towels, I'm going to pour some water and see if it comes out of that. Yeah. So it does back up just a little bit, and I can hear it falling out from just behind the front wheel, and it's draining out. You start the troubleshooting process. You work with what you find. You think you find something, you try to fix it. If that didn't fix it, you move on. So that's where we're at. And you can use anything. If you have speaker wire that's, you know, probably a little more stiff than this, that might do it, be able to push down that hole. Another electrical wire might work. Coat hanger could work. You just need to be careful because you'll tear that seal up with this metal end. You'd want to put some tape on it or something. And this is weed whacker line. Again, anything you can think of to stick down this hole that won't do any damage while potentially clearing out a blockage, use that. I like this. I'll zoom in on this little channel hole that we're going to get in. Okay, so this is the little channel I was talking about. And we're just going to take this and feed it down, and for lack of a better term, we're stabbing, hooking, and jabbing. All right, we've hit something. Now, does that mean it's not supposed to be there? Does that mean it's supposed to go further? I don't know. But clearly that didn't come, that's not out of the bottom. So as I came down here, there's a bulge right there. There is something in this thing. Ah, looks like a piece of foam. So it almost looks like it was supposed to be a restriction, but why would they put this in there? Okay, so I did a quick check on the other side. This was in on the other side there, but it didn't look like this, and it basically is right here where it meets this little pillar and where this window comes up. I know Mercedes put it in there for a reason. All right, for those of you keeping score, and I know you do, that didn't fix it. So we put that back where it belongs. Clearly, I didn't know it was there. I should have went to the other side of the car to check to see if there was one over there. There is. If you happen to be like me and you push this rubber thing out that, you know, looks like it might belong there, go to the other side of the vehicle, it contacts this pillar right here. I've lined it back up. I've reinserted it. So we're continuing on. Kind of a bonehead move. I should have checked the other side. I just didn't understand why they would put something there, but it is clearly for where this window comes up and where this meets. Mercedes engineers determined they needed that. It wasn't there for no good reason. The water came into the car with it gone, so that clearly wasn't our problem. The passenger side has one and it doesn't leak, so that's all, again, just not our problem. So, you know, we'll keep trugging along here. The only thing I can think of to do next is clean these seals, clean all the convertible top seals, and lube them up and see what happens then. I don't think that's it. I've been looking at the top itself and the seals. I think they're good, but just to eliminate that off the list because it's easy, we're going to check that. We know it's not a drain back here because the water's coming right here. So we know it, I mean, it could be this top section as well, something to do with sealing it, but it's nothing back here that I've got to worry about. So now I'm going to clean the top seal. I've just got some 50% Simple Green, 50% water. I'll clean it all up, and then I've got a Seal Glide dielectric grease that I'm going to use to lube it all up. Mercedes says to use whatever they say. I've used the Seal Glide and the dielectric grease on both my Corvette and my wife's Miata previously. no problems there. This can't be no different. It's all the same stuff. So we'll give it a quick clean and then we'll lube it up. Alright, so it's now the next day after I've lubed the seals. I let it sit overnight, which is basically at this point almost 20 hours, closer to 22 hours. And, you know, just to let that seal condition and see if that fixes our problem. It's not raining today. I've got the garden hose set up and we're going to use that, and I'm going to let it run for probably 5 to 7 minutes, and then I'll slow it down, I'll get inside and check, and then we'll see where we're at. So this is inside the car. It's not leaking. It was leaking literally right at this lip. Water was pooling up right there. I can't tell from this passenger side if water's pooling up, but if it is, I can't see it. And yeah, water would pull up right inside of there as you were driving around. So I'm going to give it a few more minutes, and then hopefully it's good. Yeah, in total now we're at about 10 minutes, and that's leaking, that's looking well. It's not leaking at all right here. What I think I'm going to do is I'm going to let it run for a few more minutes, and then I'm actually going to lower the top, raise the top, to make sure it's not some lubricant somewhere just plugging up the hole, making me think I've fixed something when I actually haven't. Which one I'm going to double check that to make sure we actually, you know, fix the problem. We don't want to go, you know, it's supposed to rain tomorrow. My wife will take the car tomorrow to work tomorrow, and then it'll be leaking again. So we want to make sure we do our best to try to make sure it's actually fixed. We're back inside after we've cycled the top and let the water run for about 5 minutes. We're still looking great. Man, if that fixed it, I'll be a big fan, even though I was a moron with that black foam thing that no one will ever speak of again. Yepper, I think we're in there. We're going to let this run for a total of about 15 minutes. I'm not going to mess around with this. I'm going to absolutely positively ensure that this is not leaking. Because I'm willing to spend all the time to fix it. I just don't want to spend time fixing it over 3 or 4 days. It's like, hey, I'll commit the time today. Let's get it right. Let's get it done and move on. And just in case I didn't say it, which I know I didn't, the reason I keep varying the angles and the water pressure is just to simulate rain in different locations, different types of scenarios. I'm just doing my best to make sure this thing is not leaking anymore. So we're at the 20-minute total mark on the second test, and we don't have a drop in here. I think we've successfully fixed this, amazingly, with just some cleaning and lubrication. Clean lube is always the way to go, unless you're want it rough and then you lube it and dip it in some sand and then you go at it, but that's just for the Marine Corps, I'm pretty sure. Anyway, all right, let's wrap this up. All right, doing a little editing, and yeah, as you can, got a little cat back there. Clearly no hair, no makeup. I know this is what my wife has to deal with on a normal basis, and yeah, God bless her. Thanks, Pumpkin. Love you. just letting you know that my wife drove the car a couple times in the rain, no leaks, so that absolutely did it. And just to follow that up, just to make sure if there was any questions, if the water hose wasn't good enough, actual rain, no leaks. Okay, so we fixed it, cleaned it, lubed it, no leak. It's really that simple. You know, sometimes you can get a little caught up in something that's not the problem. Sometimes it's just about keeping things cleaned and lubed. And I know I was supposed to do that anyway. Truthfully, I just had it scheduled in my mind for in the next month or so to lube the whole top down, clean it all up. But hey, did it yesterday and no leak today. So jam up. We're in there like swimwear. Thanks for watching Maintainer's Garage. Have a great day.